Hi guys, this is Govender and I'm a director at Skylight Venture Group. Today I wanted to spend a minute or two just to briefly tell you about estate planning. So you're probably wondering, what does estate planning actually involve? Well, it's about considering what to do with a person's money and assets and perhaps personal possessions after they pass away. While talking about death is not the most pleasant conversation, estate planning can give you peace of mind over what happens to your assets and property after you pass away. So, it is a really, really important area in your life that you need to consider and start planning for. So, planning an estate, is likely to be time-consuming process, and therefore it is worth making sure that you spend some time doing some research on what you actually need to be doing. So, to put it simply, an estate plan is effectively a list of all your wishes to give to your family about what you want to happen to your assets, your money, your properties, your personal possessions after you pass away. And it also allows you to express how you want your financial affairs to be managed, and that's really, really important. So, there are several components to an estate plan, such as making a list of all your assets, as well as all your debts and your funeral wishes. So, how would you like to be, disposed of? I guess buried or cremated or other ways. So, it is important to give some thought on what happens next. Other things that you want to think about is any possible income that you may be receiving. What happens to that income, such as insurance policies, for example, or if you've given cash gifts to friends and family in the last 7 years in order to mitigate some inheritance tax liability, then what happens to that should you pass away within the 7 years. And things like royalties, if you are receiving royalties, what happens to that after you pass away. So there's lots of things to consider. There are lots of reasons you should have an estate plan in place. For instance, to protect your finances for your loved ones after you pass away, to possibly reduce the amount of inheritance tax that you would be paying, and likewise the amount of tax that your beneficiaries may perhaps be paying. Peace of mind in making sure will is upheld and protecting it from any legal challenges is of paramount importance, particularly during a very traumatic time perhaps for the family. You really don't want to be putting them in an awkward position. So having a will in place and estate planning really, really important. So give us a shout. Our details are below. If you want to know more about estate planning or about writing a will, please get in touch and we'll be more than happy to assist. Thank you for listening.